Socrates was one of the most influential figures in Western philosophy, celebrated for his contributions to ethics, epistemology, and dialectical reasoning. He was born in Athens, Greece, in 469 BCE to a stonemason named Sophroniscus and a midwife named Phaenarete. Although little is known about his childhood, Socrates likely received a basic education and later served as a soldier during the Peloponnesian War. Socrates is best known for the Socratic method, a form of disciplined questioning designed to expose assumptions, reveal contradictions, and stimulate critical thinking. Unlike many philosophers of his time, Socrates wrote nothing down. His ideas survive primarily through the works of his students, especially Plato. At the core of Socrates' philosophy was the pursuit of wisdom and the belief that virtue is essential to a meaningful life. He famously declared, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Socrates challenged moral complacency and intellectual arrogance, urging people to seek self-knowledge and ethical clarity. His relentless questioning earned him both devoted admirers and powerful enemies. Rejecting wealth and materialism, Socrates lived modestly and engaged Athenians in public spaces. In 399 BCE, he was tried and executed on charges of corrupting the youth and impiety. Despite the opportunity to escape, he refused to abandon his principles and accepted death by drinking hemlock. His execution transformed him into a martyr for free thought. Socrates' legacy profoundly shaped Western philosophy, influencing Plato, Aristotle, and countless thinkers after them. Plato was a monumental figure in Western philosophy, a student of Socrates and the teacher of Aristotle. Born into a wealthy and influential Athenian family around 428 or 427 BCE, Plato received a comprehensive education in music, poetry, and physical training. The political instability of Athens and the execution of Socrates deeply shaped his philosophical outlook. Plato founded the Academy in Athens, one of the first institutions of higher learning in the Western world. His philosophical works, written as dialogues and often featuring Socrates as the central character, explore ethics, politics, metaphysics, epistemology, and education. One of his most famous works, The Republic, presents a vision of a just society ruled by philosopher kings and introduces the theory of forms, which argues that the physical world is merely a shadow of a higher, unchanging reality. Plato emphasized reason, truth, and the pursuit of virtue. His allegory of the cave illustrates the transformative power of education and philosophy, urging the enlightened to guide society. Plato's ideas laid the foundation for Western philosophy, political theory, and Christian theology. He died around 347 BCE, leaving behind a body of work that has shaped intellectual thought for over 2,000 years. Aristotle, one of the greatest thinkers in history, was born in 384 BCE in Stagira, northern Greece. He was the son of Nicomachus, a physician to the Macedonian royal court, which likely influenced his lifelong interest in biology and the natural sciences. Orphaned at a young age, Aristotle moved to Athens at 17 to study at Plato's Academy, where he remained for nearly 20 years. Although deeply influenced by Plato, Aristotle rejected the theory of forms, emphasizing empirical observation and practical investigation. After Plato's death, Aristotle traveled extensively and conducted biological research before becoming the tutor of Alexander the Great. In 335 BCE, Aristotle returned to Athens and founded the Lyceum, where he taught and conducted research in logic, ethics, politics, biology, physics, and rhetoric. His methodical approach laid the groundwork for modern science. Key works such as Nicomachean Ethics and Politics explore virtue, governance, and the nature of the good life. Aristotle introduced the concept of the golden mean, advocating moderation and balance as the path to virtue. His theories of causation and cosmology influenced medieval and Renaissance thought. He died in 322 BCE, earning the title the philosopher during the Middle Ages. Confucius was born as Kong Qiu in 551 BCE in the state of Lu, present-day Shandong, China. Raised in modest circumstances after his father's early death, Confucius developed a deep love for learning, studying history, music, and ritual traditions. As a teacher and moral philosopher, Confucius emphasized virtue, ethical conduct, and harmonious social relationships. His philosophy centered on 5 core virtues: benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and faithfulness. He believed education had the power to transform individuals and society. Confucius advocated for moral leadership, arguing that rulers should govern through virtue rather than force. Filial piety, respect for parents and ancestors, was central to his vision of social harmony. Though his political ambitions were largely unfulfilled during his lifetime, his teachings were later compiled into the Analects. After his death in 479 BCE, Confucianism became the foundation of Chinese governance during the Han Dynasty and continues to influence East Asian culture, ethics, and education to this day. Augustine of Hippo was a foundational Christian philosopher whose ideas shaped Western theology. Born in 354 CE in North Africa, modern-day Algeria, Augustine was raised by a pagan father and a devout Christian mother, Monica. Brilliant but restless in youth, Augustine pursued pleasure and intellectual exploration. After studying rhetoric in Carthage, Augustine embraced Manichaeism and later Neoplatonism before undergoing a dramatic conversion to Christianity in Milan under the influence of Bishop Ambrose. He was baptized in 387 CE and later became the Bishop of Hippo. His major works, Confessions and the City of God, address themes of sin, grace, free will, and divine justice. Augustine argued that humanity is marked by original sin and that salvation depends on God's grace. His synthesis of Christian doctrine and classical philosophy shaped medieval thought and Western theology. He died in 430 CE during the Siege of Hippo. Thomas Aquinas was a Dominican theologian born in 1225 in Italy. Despite opposition from his noble family, he joined the Dominican order and studied under Albertus Magnus. Aquinas sought to reconcile Christian theology with Aristotelian philosophy. His greatest work, Summa Theologica, systematically explored theology, morality, and metaphysics. Aquinas is best known for his 5 ways, logical arguments for the existence of God. He emphasized natural law, arguing that moral principles are rooted in human reason. Declared a doctor of the Church in 1323, Aquinas' ideas remain central to Catholic theology and philosophical discussions on faith and reason. René Descartes, born in 1596 in France, is known as the father of modern philosophy. Educated by Jesuits and trained in mathematics, Descartes sought certainty through methodical doubt. His famous statement, cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am, became the foundation of modern epistemology. Descartes promoted rationalism and introduced Cartesian dualism, distinguishing mind from body. He also revolutionized mathematics by developing the Cartesian coordinate system. He died in 1650, leaving a legacy that shaped modern science and philosophy. John Locke, born in 1632 in England, was a key figure of the Enlightenment. He argued that the human mind is a tabula rasa or blank slate shaped by experience. His empiricism challenged innate ideas. In 2 treatises of government, Locke defended natural rights, life, liberty, and property, and argued that political authority derives from the consent of the governed. His ideas influenced modern democracy and documents such as the U.S. Declaration of Independence. David Hume, born in 1711 in Scotland, was a leading empiricist and skeptic. He challenged causation, induction, and traditional religious beliefs. His skepticism profoundly influenced modern philosophy and thinkers like Immanuel Kant. Jean-Jacques Rousseau argued that humans are naturally good but corrupted by society. His works, including The Social Contract and Émile, reshaped political theory and education, influencing the French Revolution. Immanuel Kant revolutionized philosophy by bridging rationalism and empiricism. His categorical imperative became a cornerstone of moral philosophy, emphasizing human dignity and autonomy. George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel developed dialectical philosophy, viewing history as the unfolding of reason through contradiction and resolution. His ideas influenced Marxism, existentialism, and modern political thought. Karl Marx analyzed capitalism through the lens of class struggle and historical materialism. His ideas reshaped economics, politics, and revolutionary movements worldwide. Friedrich Nietzsche challenged traditional morality, declared God is dead, and introduced the concept of the Übermensch. His work influenced existentialism and modern psychology. Ludwig Wittgenstein transformed philosophy of language, arguing that meaning arises from use within social contexts. His ideas reshaped analytic philosophy. Thank you very much for watching. If you learned something, leave a like, comment below which philosopher is your favorite, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you again and goodbye.